Yo, what's up guys? It's Jack and welcome back to another video. And man, today and yesterday have been really big days for Halo Infinite because a lot of major things have happened that are going to hopefully change the game for the better. And I'm going to go into that in a little bit. And at the same time, I also want to talk some Call of Duty because we've got the reveal tomorrow about Modern Warfare 2. And I also want to talk about the possible changes that could happen with that game as well, especially since it's a 2-year game. And with all the leaks and everything like that, and with everything that's going to happen with the Microsoft takeover, it just makes sense that things will change starting year 2 of that game, if not sooner. It all depends on when the deal gets finalized in terms of when things will change, I think, for the most part. So yeah, let's get into it. So with Halo, yesterday the head of 343, after what, 12 or 15 years, Bonnie Ross, has left the company. She was originally, according to her statement, she was going to wait till November when the next update was going to come out, but family medical issues basically have sped that up, and she's gone. She's left. So obviously we wish her the best in terms of the family and the medical issues. I hope all those things get sorted out, and I hope everybody ends up being okay and healthy, and hopefully that will be okay on that end. And her role has been split into 3 parts now, and 3 different people are in charge of that role. The guy that's in charge of the multiplayer has been put in charge of that, and then there's another person that's in charge of the marketing, and then there's another person that's in charge of the different forms of media for Halo. So it's not all stress on one person, which is great, which allows for a lot of things to happen. You know, one person can only do so much. Teamwork thrives, and that is no different in this case. And another thing that I'm excited about is the fact that the person that was in charge of Halo, the Master Chief Collection, is in charge of Halo Infinite now. You know, because he led a team of people on the Master Chief Collection and basically has made it into what it is today, which is great, because the Master Chief Collection over the last couple of years has been awesome, with, you know, everything from the matchmaking, the different playlists, and how you can customize those playlists, the fact that the game is still getting love and an update and everything like that. That's great. So if we have a similar type of philosophy to Halo Infinite, that is some serious potential for the game, which is going to make things a lot better for the entire community. So there's that. And additionally, there was another announcement, right, like that I saw from different content creators before I started recording this. The man that was in charge of the Slipspace engine for Halo Infinite is gone now as well. That was announced today, either announced or, you know, that person is gone now too. So, and we were made to believe that the Slipspace engine itself was actually a brand new engine from the ground up, but that's actually not the case. It was the Halo engine modified heavily. So if the game itself, although the game feels good, but if the game itself just doesn't completely, like, if everything doesn't register, now granted it's also a server thing, but I think the engine and the server kind of go hand in hand, right? So if there's something wrong with the engine, or if it's that much of a pain in the ass for people, the developers, to learn the engine, and the engineers to kind of, you know, because you constantly have new people coming in, so you have to teach them that, and to my understanding, the engine was developed and so that way 343 can do more with the game, which has been the opposite of what that engine was supposed to do in the first place. So if this man got let go, it makes sense, because the opposite effect of what was supposed to happen is happening in the first place. So that is great, and I love it, because when the engine starts to do what it's supposed to do, and if all of a sudden, if things start to feel better and play better and all that kind of stuff, guess what? It's going to make the game better. And then obviously, hopefully they resolve the server issues, which can make the ping fluctuate and can make the hit detection, you know, all over the place, and with desync and everything like that. So, and of course, you know, there's the engine itself that kind of goes hand in hand with that, as far as I understand. That is awesome. So it's like things are finally starting to roll with Halo, and I think we're not going to see the major results of that for a while, because all these things take time, but it all starts with the inside. So So yeah, leadership has changed and the role has been divided into 3. So that way every entity can focus on their part. And then you've got somebody else that's going to be in charge of the Slipspace engine. So, or who knows what they're going to do with it. So that's another thing as well. And moving on to Call of Duty now with Modern Warfare 2. We've got the reveal of the game coming up, which is exciting. So we are going to see what happens with that. Obviously, people are going to finally get their hands on the beta, and people are obviously going to see the game, and they're going to get their hands on the game the day prior to the announcement. So it's like we're going to finally know what it's like, and beyond the leaks and the rumors and stuff like that we've been getting with Modern Warfare 2. And I think that similar to Halo, but in a slightly different way, but similar enough, I think positive changes are going to be coming to Call of Duty as well. And the reason I say this is because obviously Modern Warfare 2 is going to be a 2-year game, and there's been rumors or leaks or something like that the old Modern Warfare 2 maps are going to be brought into the game starting in year 2, and Microsoft should have taken over by then. So we're talking here potentially the biggest overhaul in Call of Duty history since Call of Duty World War II. So I think this is going to also change Call of Duty for the better, and obviously Microsoft would take over. And the one thing we'd probably notice, like, quickly enough, is that the games from Activision Blizzard are going to be on Game Pass. So a lot of people are going to be getting their hands on the campaign. A lot of people are going to be getting their hands on the multiplayer. Some multiplayers are better than others, but for the most part, if you want to play a flavor of Call of Duty that is functional, it is going to be there. And we're going to see if there's any additional support that's going to be done with that. I don't think any additional support's going to be done on the older games, as far as I understand. But at the same time, I could be wrong, and you never know. You could always be optimistic. I mean, I personally don't think so. It just, but if Microsoft sees that a whole bunch of people are playing a certain flavor of Call of Duty, then it's like, there's something to be made there. There's something to be had there. There's always something they can put into there. And at the same time, if anything, it'll keep people on Game Pass even longer, right? Because ultimately that's the thing. It's like they're empowering Game Pass. So yeah, I think that could potentially happen. Like year 2 could be like they could just import all the Modern Warfare 2 maps, hopefully unaltered, with no additional doors and lines of sight and all that kind of stuff, and the game could actually play completely different. And at the same time, it would also give the pros something to look at, because when the game plays different, it's if it's been overhauled to that extent, it's like a completely different game. So Modern Warfare 2 or Modern Warfare 2, year 2. Could again, it could even keep the pro scene going too. And then after that, in 2024, we're going to have Treyarch's game, and that's something that I know a lot of people are looking forward to. And I think that is the time where we're going to see a lot of additional changes made to the game as well, because Treyarch, a lot of people love Treyarch, and now they're going to have a different boss and stuff like that. So it's like, okay, maybe Treyarch will now be given full creative freedom in terms of what they want to do. So I think that's that has me curious. That has me very interested. And then of course on the Call of Duty side, you got SM2 or SM Squared, that is basically making they've made their recent announcement recently. We still don't know when the game's going to be coming out, but they're continuing to communicate with us over time, and they've basically said that they changed a lot of things that would allow the game to run even better and more fixed, and a couple weapon changes that were made and all that kind of stuff. So to the core of the engine and everything like that. So hey, great. So that's going to be another thing, so there's always SM Squared or SM2, right? So there's always that to look forward to. So yeah, when you put all these things together, it's like we have potentially a lot of exciting things to look forward to. Obviously, these things are going to take a little bit of time. But the thing is, on the inside, things are changing, which is going to affect the game in some way, shape, or form, and hopefully, for the most part, for the better. We know that these games have to generate money because at the end of the day, it is a business. But it can be done right. So we'll see in terms of what happens with the game and what the community's thoughts are on that and everything else. So Call of Duty Modern Warfare, the second reveal is tomorrow. And then after that, we're finally going to start getting footage of the game itself. And then we're going to see how it plays and everything like that. And judge for yourself. Try not to listen to all these content creators that have been invited and stuff like that, because they're going to hype the game up. They're not going to say anything bad about the game. At least most of them are not. So we'll see what happens. You never know. So, and don't forget, when people are invited to an event and they're playing a game, most of these people are running around and moving around. They have a similar type of play style. So that's going to make the game look funner than what it already is. You're not gonna that's a lot different when you get the game out into the masses, when there's going to be people in a corner with their shotgun, for instance, right? So and just listening for footsteps and not moving and just hiding behind doors and stuff like that. So yeah. So just remember, judge for yourself, get your hands on the beta, and if you don't like it, don't get it. Simple as that. So, but anyway, that's pretty much all I got for this one, guys. Lots of cool things to look forward to, hopefully, optimistically speaking. And let me know down in the comment section what you guys think. Are you guys optimistic? Which one of these things are you looking forward to? Are you looking forward to everything? Let me know. I want to know your thoughts on everything down below, for those of you guys that are willing to give your thoughts down below. So hope you enjoyed it. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.